say if I told you you could eat just one food for the rest of your life and be perfectly healthy, happy, well-adjusted, and probably even feel better than you do right now? You'd say I'm lying, right? No, I'm totally not. If we're going to talk about minimalism and food, today we're going to talk about the carnivore 100% meat diet. How is the carnivore diet minimalist? How is it not minimalist? What do you think of when you think of a minimalist diet? What do most minimalists that you know eat? If you said plant-based, I ask you what's minimalist about sourcing these plants from dozens of different countries to be flown to distribution centers, trucked to stores, and then finally consumed. Your banana and chia smoothie? Hemp protein powder? Where did all of those come from? How many different things were involved in getting your breakfast on the table this morning? What about prepackaged? Sure, that's minimalist as far as cooking goes and in your cupboards, but it's definitely not minimalist on the production end or how it results in chronic health problems that run rampant in our modern world. What if I told you that you can get all the nutrients you need by buying just one item of food a year? No, I'm not talking about being a breatharian. I'm talking about being a carnivore. The vast majority of us can live on one cow that's sourced locally for an entire year. From that one cow, you can get all of the nutrients that you need. You can use very minimal cooking equipment, just a grill or a cast iron pan and a little bit of salt is all you need. And you can usually source it from right around where you live. There's nearly everywhere that I've been able to find grass-fed, sustainably raised beef within driving distance. This is sounding pretty minimal, isn't it? The carnivore diet is definitely controversial, and there's probably a good amount of you that still think this is satire in this video, but if you check down below the comments, I'm sure my fellow carnivores will chime in telling you how fantastic we feel eating all foods that come from animals and no foods that come from plants. It's controversial, the carnivore diet is, but people keep trying it. Why? Because they soon find that they feel great on it. Now, many carnivores eat dairy and eggs too, and most of us don't actually just buy one cow a year and eat off of that all year. But if we're going to be talking about minimal diets, there's definitely a way to do the carnivore diet more minimally than any other diet that I know of. So in addition to the meat that you eat on the carnivore diet, with a little legwork, you can find local eggs from backyard chicken coops and small farms. And with any luck and some compassion from the U.S. Department of Agriculture, you can find raw milk from family farms as well. All of these are incredibly nourishing, complete foods that nearly all of us are going to thrive on. And the next part that the carnivore diet is minimal is that your time in the kitchen and your time prepping and preparing meals is going to be drastically reduced. I want to hear down in the comments from all my fellow carnivores, how has switching to the carnivore diet simplified and streamlined your meal prep, the equipment that you have in your kitchen, your grocery shopping, what's in your fridge, what's in your cupboards. I want to hear how the carnivore diet has been minimal for you in regards to how you prepare your food. Cooking carnivore is as simple as throwing some meat on the grill and sprinkling it with salt. You just can't get any more simple than that. If you don't have an outdoor grill, one single cast iron pan can do so much both on the stovetop and in the oven. And if you really want to get extreme about it, you can do raw carnivore, which is something that a lot of us do from time to time. Another way that the carnivore diet is minimal is that supplements are very rarely needed. If you're eating sea salt and you're eating meat, it's pretty much everything your body needs to absolutely thrive. Occasionally, some of us might need some vitamin C in the form of lemons, but that is just a single extra ingredient that you need to buy, not the bottles of supplements that so many people that are trying to prop themselves up on a plant-based diet are having to buy and consume. Why is it that we don't need supplements on the carnivore diet? It's because our body really thrives on meat. Still, another way that the carnivore diet is the most minimal diet is that you don't have to eat very often. Meat is so satisfying and it's so well absorbed in your system that you're going to find that you can eat once and then go hours and hours without eating again, even if you're a little bit underweight or you're at a healthy body weight and you're not even drawing off of your fat stores. You're just able to consume so many nutrients at one time eating the carnivore diet that you don't have to pack food and pack snacks and always be thinking about when your next meal is. You know what your next meal is going to be, and you know that you're going to have tons of energy until it's time for it. The reason I am most excited to promote the carnivore diet as a minimalist way of eating is that you are going to be able to cut and minimalize the amount of medications and the amount of chronic pain, the amount of doctor's appointments, the amount of chronic conditions that you are experiencing in your life. And if we're looking for benefits from the minimalist diet, how can we get any more beneficial than this? Oh, and one last point. On the carnivore diet, you even poop less, so that's another minimalist benefit for you. Yes, that's right, your body is so efficient at using meat for nutrition and meat for energy that there is very little waste. Most carnivores report that they only go to the bathroom and have to poop every 3 to 4 days. So the next time you see a minimalist promoting a plant-based diet that they spend hours a week fiddling with, kindly suggest they toss a steak on the grill and sprinkle it with salt instead. If you are a minimalist and you're thinking this sounds too good to be true, click over there and I will link you to my surprising first week, I totally didn't believe it at first either, on the carnivore diet and how fantastic it has been for me. I'll see you back later. Bye-bye.